we go. First witness testimony.
Before you press that button, oh my god, every time I see Winston sweat bullets, I keep thinking that that scene from Boot to the Head from the Phoenix Wright version.
Oh no.
I always think that.
Boot to the head. And one for Jenny in the Wind. Ow! Ow!
I know. Okay, let's see
what
the
police
testimony.
The killing happened at People Park after a chess game. The victim was none other than Craig Carver. He was found dead on a bench not far from where the game was played. The killer strangled him to death. The decisive evidence we found at the scene belonged to the defendant. We believe he dropped these items after committing the crime.
What items?
So that's how this all came to be. Very well, Miss Fay, it's time for the cross-examination.
I swear, like, if even Mai was still a spirit medium, it sounds like every time he said Miss Fay, I kept thinking Nia, so she might. I'm thinking she might could do that in the future, maybe.
Yeah.
That would be nice. Let's see.
Cross-examination? Already?
So, this is it. Your time to shine.
I'm really nervous. What if I mess up?
Nonsense. You've seen Mr. Wright perform cross-examinations. Just do what he does. You remember how?
Wait, how does he know? Yes, I do.
Okay, very good. Sounds like you know what you're doing.
Well, maybe I picked up a thing or two from my sis. I'll just press Detective Gumshoe about everything I can.
And, that's pretty much what we're going to do, at least for this first testimony. Since that's about all you can do.
Okay. Yeah.
These are just the facts. There shouldn't be any contradictions.
Cross-examination time. Here we go.
Oh my god, her face is cute.
Yeah, they did a nice job on that.
Love it.
The killing happened at People Park after a chess game.
Hold it!
By the way, did I mention that voice acting is okay, like when she says hold it or objection or whatever? I think that was decent. I just heard it a little bit.
Yeah.
Actually, I won't do voices for them. I'll just, do the voices for whatever. Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah. People Park? Isn't that place still under construction?
Well, most of it is, but there are still parts you can walk around. But the northeast entrance is being worked on. There's no getting in or out of the park that way.
I wonder.
The victim was none other than Craig Carver.
None other than? Is Mr. Carver famous?
He sure is. Well, was. Check out this catalog. Mr. Carver made all sorts of stuff, pal.
Dude, that looks like a dog.
Tables, dolls, spoons, wooden statues. Indeed he did. Why, my gal here was made by Mr. Carver himself.
Why did you say that nice attorney, dumbass? No.
Hear that,
Come
Mac? You don't get that sound from any other gavel.
Okay, stop.
If you want, you can check out the catalog later, Your Honor. It was found at the scene of the crime, anyway. It seems the victim had brought it with him for some reason.
And we
Yay!
get
More
the
evidence.
catalogs. Yes.
Well, look at that. This year's models are in. Ooh, the Mighty Smiter Special Edition.
When did this trial become a gavel trade show?
He was found dead not on a bench, not far from where the game was played.
He was found on the bench?
Yeah, he was sitting all by himself when we got there. With those sunglasses of his on and the way he was slouched, he looked more like he'd fallen asleep.
Your Honor, we have a picture of the victim on the bench.
Ooh, picture.
Yes, look at that. It certainly does look like he's asleep.
Wait, is that... Oh, that was his hand. I think that was his
The
hand.
court accept this crime photo as evidence.
I was about to say, I forgot what was on his lap and it looked like his hand. I think it
The
was
killer
his hand.
strangled him to death.
How are you sure he was choked to death?
He's got bruises all over his neck, pal. Whoever did him in grabbed his neck hard. Real hard.
Ouch. I think that's about all I want to know when it comes to killing.
The decisive evidence we found at the scene belonged to the defendant.
Definitely princess.
What was that? The evidence, I mean.
Huh? Weren't you at the scene yesterday collecting evidence, pal?
Actually, I wasn't really paying attention since Nick does all the snooping.
Let's see. We found a waste pouch with all kinds of paint in it. It was on the ground next to the body.
I'm sorry, what?
I said true, he would have that.
Yeah.
Was that all?
Oh yeah! There was also a paintbrush next to the pouch.
Wait! Paintbrush. Wait a second. No! Okay, I just realized this. Mr. Gapane actually draws with his fingers. Why would he have a paintbrush if he draws with his fingers?
We'll get to that.
Okay. Why did he take so long to figure that out?
And these items, do they belong to the defendant? Taking his occupation into account, we're sure that they belong to him, sir.
Your Honor, the prosecution would like to submit these two items as evidence.
Very well. This court accepts the brush and pouch into evidence.
Wow. That's
I'm very suspicious about that paintbrush.
Is that all, Detective? Well, there was also a key near the victim as well. A key?
What?
Why didn't you say so earlier? Sorry, Your Honor. We didn't think it had anything to do with the crime scene. It's a deposit key that opens a safe at the train station down the street. Well, let's accept this into evidence as well.
Woo! Key!
Yes.
Hey, I have a key, now I can go in an only room. That would be funny. Alright.
Good grief. I'm getting bombarded by so much evidence.
We believe he dropped these items after committing the crime.
Why did you think that?
It's my guess that after the murder, the defendant was in a frantic state.
A frantic state?
It's kind of like me sometimes. After I get through a hard day's work, I'm always thinking I forgot to do something earlier. Why, yesterday I told myself I had to go to the bank and get some rent money and...
He's homeless!
Oh no!
He's homeless. Homeless Gumshoe.
Oh, poor guy.
I'm guessing you forgot to go to the bank.
I even tied a ribbon around my pinky to remind myself.
Where's that ribbon pink? No,
But I took it off later because my finger started itching.
Detective Gumshoe, please show a little professionalism and concentrate on the trial.
Yes, sir.
Maybe I should have kept my mouth shut.
I believe we have an understanding of this case. After the chess game, the defendant murdered the victim in cold blood. However, I fail to see why Mr. Gapane would commit such a foul act.
The prosecution believes the murder was committed over the defendant's painting.
Over a painting?
Yes, we were told that the victim disparaged the defendant's artwork.
Wait, but that's ridiculous! No one would kill over a critique! That's just dumb! And besides, how do you know he even said that?
Why, your client told us so himself. Yep,
What?
He said it. Said my work was atrocious as spit.
Ack, don't say that!
Why not? It's the truth. Oh boy.
Order!
but
I see. So the victim was killed over a verbal slight. However, before I pass judgment, I'd like to hear more from the detective. Please describe to us how the murder was carried out. Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay. Here comes the next testimony. Alright, Maya, this is where you try to figure this out from here. There will be a contradiction, but I'm leaving it to you to figure it out. You ready?
Oh boy, I'm
ready.
Okay.
After the chess game, the defendant showed Mr. Carver his portrait. As soon as Carver made his last insult, the defendant attacked. When we saw what he'd done, the killer took the body and dragged it to the bench. No one else was in the park. Finger Pain strangled the victim with his own 2 hands.
wait a minute.
And when did you make your arrest, Detective? By the time we got to the scene, the suspect had already left. But he came back later with Mr. Wright and Miss Fay.
Trying to establish an alibi, I'd imagine. Gaining witnesses for himself and trying to get his painting back, too. One of the oldest tricks in the book.
Those tricks do tend to slip past you, don't they, Winston?
Yes, well... What? How dare you?
What was that all about?
Now then, the defense may begin the cross-examination.
I'm a female doing cross-examination. Let's do this. Well, before you even click on anything, I think you should check the court record. I think I might have found the contradiction.
Okay. Let's check the court record. And where do you think this contradiction is?
The picture. No, the other one. The picture, the gray one.
This one?
Yeah, make it big.
Alright, check real carefully. Is this the one where the contradiction lies?
But see, here's the thing though, because if Ben did it though, there would have been paint on his fingers now, wouldn't there?
Right, but listen to the testimony again. Alright?
Okay.
After the chess game, the defendant showed Mr. Carver his portrait. As soon as Carver made his last insult, the defendant attacked. Now, do you want me to press on any of these?
I think you should press this one for a second. I need to know info about this one.
Okay.
Detective Gumshoe, are you really sure about that?
Sorry, pal, but with the way the crime scene looked, it had to be Mr. Gerpain.
Because you found his belongings near the body.
The suspect was probably in a total panic. As he fled the scene, he must have completely forgot about his stuff.
Well, it's true that Mr. Gerpain didn't have his things when we met. But he didn't need his painting supplies with him to go out and eat.
Detective, please continue.
Okay, when we saw what he had done, the killer took the body and dragged it to the bench. Press or move on.
Wait a minute. Wait a second. Dragged it. See, however, though, I'm gonna press that in a second, but I just want to think for a second.
Okay.
See, he didn't look like he was exactly dragged because, well, unless you fix the body proportion, but at least at one view, it doesn't look like he was
My
dragged.
personal opinion, I think you're thinking a little bit too hard. Alright, check this out.
Sorry, this is my first time.
This is okay, listen to the testimony one more time. Okay.
Okay.
No one else was in the park. Finger Pain strangled the victim with his own 2 hands.
I don't think there was anybody before. Wait.
Okay, you got a painter, and then you have people playing chess. If you remember from before.
Yeah. But then, if that was supposed to be the case, how do I prove there was no one else how do I prove that there was someone else at the park, though?
Well, why don't you take a look at this evidence and maybe figure it out and maybe see for yourself?
Wait a minute. Check the picture. Just, wait.
What?
No. Go back to the photo for a second. I just want to see the photo. Not the painting, the photo. I just want to check it really quick. Just looking around for a bit. Okay. Alright, back. Wait a minute. So... that looks like Apollo Justice. He killed him! No, I'm just kidding. Yeah! That's right, because he actually was struggling with someone else. It couldn't have been... Wait. I'm sorry, go back to the photo again. I'm sorry. The photo. Check again. And I just want to check the fingerprints.
You really can't check fingerprints on that. Just to let you know.
I'm talking about just looking at the shape of the hands is what I'm looking for.
You're not going to be able to see that. I'm sorry.
Well, I just at least saw a little bit of it. Okay, go back.
Yeah, I will say that that part's not going to help you. So.
Okay. All right.
But did you see a contradiction about in any of his testimony?
I think I know if it's this one because, however though, it sounds like when they made the testimony, they didn't even think about the other
other person.
Dude, what if the other person the other person obviously strangled Carver. What if he ran away, and then when those guys came back, they thought Gerpain did it? I say present it.
So
okay,
you're saying yeah. Okay, I'll tell you right now. This is what you want to present, because
okay.
there was indeed someone else's part. You had the painter. You had one player that got killed, but there was another chess player. So yes, there was someone else's part.
Objection! I think there's a big contradiction here. I think. This painting shows two people playing chess, right?
If you're going to ask where Mr. Gerpain's opponent went, well, obviously he left before the fatal argument.
Wow, he sure saw that one coming. No, I can't let him shake me up like that.
Objection!
But you can't prove that. Maybe Mr. Gerpain was the one who left.
Are you saying the defendant abandoned his painting before the murder? Or that he ran away from a murder scene like a coward?
Ooh.
Damn.
Order! Does the defense wish to address this point?
Of course, failing would mean a big fat penalty.
Watch out! I smell a trap. I admit, this is pretty good as Winston goes.
Well, it's sure not good for us. And please stop first naming Winston. I mean Mr. Payne.
Well, did the defendant leave before, during, or after the murder?
What do you think?
Dude, it's before.
Before the murder?
Yeah, because what happened was that he probably had finished his painting, but he couldn't see who choked Carver, because when he came back, he didn't realize that the police were after him. It's before.
Very good. Before the murder.
Before! He had to have left before the murder! Unless I want to dig us even deeper than we are now.
I see. And why did the defendant leave?
Something else. They were going to eat.
Huh. Oh, I know! He left to get lunch! Of course! The answer's food! The answer's always food!
Burgers.
I ate with him, so I can back him up, and Nick can too.
That's not proof. We barely know the time of death to the half hour. He could have killed Carver, then had lunch after.
True. The police believe the defendant was simply establishing his alibi. However, the possibility remains that Miss Fay is correct.
Of course I'm right.
Wow, that's new.
A possibility, not a certainty. I doubt that either side can resolve this now. Therefore, I suggest that we move on.
Maya, Winston's playing you for a fool. This contradiction, it's a dead end.
A dead end? A trap?
Try taking another line. The detective says I strangled the victim.
Wait. We have proof he's wrong?
Let's just say I don't fit the profile.
Wait a minute. I want to check his profile. I knew something about that profile. Friendly.
A friendly old man who finger paints in the park, the defendant in this case. Yes, that I will say that this you will have to present his profile at one of the his statements. As soon as Cartmate's last insult, the defendant attacked. When he saw what he'd done, the killer took the body and dragged it to the bench.
Go back.
Okay. Go back to which one?
Again. As soon as Carver made his last insult. Dude! He wouldn't... He's friendly. He wouldn't attack. Did you hear? See, because he basically puts himself down for his artwork, and Maya's just like, you have Savoy artwork!
Yeah.
And all that. I think it's that sentence. I think it's that sentence for the profile. I think it's that one.
So you think it's
Finger paint. Wait, what?
Let's try this. Actually, wait a minute. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Skip that part.
Oh, I was wrong. Okay. There's a hole in his pants.
Sorry, first penalty. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Alright, let's try this again. I think it's, when I saw what he'd done, the killer took the body and dragged it to the bench.
If he dragged it in... Yeah, if he dragged it, there would have been paint all over the body.
Actually, hang on a second. Let me skip this part. Hang on. Hang on.